Lenny Montana, born Leonardo Passafaro, March 13, 1926, May 12, 1992, was an American actor who played the role of feared hitman Luca Brasi in The Godfather. Prior to becoming an actor, he had a successful career as a professional wrestler as well as an enforcer for the Colombo family. Biography. Early life and early wrestling career. Montana was born in Brooklyn, New York City on March 13, 1926. He is of Italian-American heritage. He was fluent in both English and Italian. His wrestling career began in neighboring New Jersey in 1953. He wrestled under the Zebra Kid gimmick, and was billed at the height of 6 foot 6 inches. It wasn't long before Montana found success. Along with Golden Terror, he won the New Jersey Tag Team titles on April 4, 1953. Montana began to travel, wrestling in the Midwest. He soon won the NWA Central States Heavyweight Championship, defeating Dave Sims on October 1, 1953 in Kansas City. However, he lost the title on December 11, 1953 to Sonny Myers, who had previously held the title 3 times before defeating the Zebra Kid. Montana's final success of the 1950s came in 1956, winning the NWA Texas Tag Team Championship with Gene Kiniski, defeating Herb Freeman and Ray Gunkel on September 18 in Dallas under the alias Len Crosby. He also worked as a bouncer during this time to earn extra money. Later wrestling career. By the late 1950s, Montana was on the road with the Carnival circuit as a wrestler. As a popular wrestler on the circuit, Montana met the then unknown Eddie Sharkey in 1960. The two struck up a friendship. After seeing what Sharkey could do, Montana recommended that he try his hand at professional wrestling. Montana also clued in Sharkey on the then unacknowledged truth about professional wrestling, that all the outcomes are predetermined. Later that year, Montana won the NWA Texas World Tag Team titles with Joe Christie, under the Len Crosby name. Then with Hard-Boiled Haggerty, he won the AWA World Tag Team Championship on October 4, 1960, defeating Stan Kowalski and Tiny Mills, wrestling as Murder Inc. in Minneapolis. But in a match against Vern Gann, Montana suffered a broken leg, forcing Haggerty to choose a new partner. After recovering from his injury, in 1961 Montana began to wrestle in Florida. He came to the Tampa Bay area and began to wrestle under the Zebra Kid alias. At his great size, he would often pin his opponents in under 1 minute. The Zebra Kid had a notable feud with Eddie Graham. Their battles sold out Fort Helmer Hesterly Armory many Tuesday nights in 1961. Things came to a head when Montana defeated Eddie Graham in an NWA Southern Heavyweight Championship, Georgia version title match on May 1, 1962. On November 23, 1962, he won the NWA Georgia Southern Tag Team titles with his partner Gypsy Joe, defeating Grizzly Jake Smith and Luke Brown. Montana then went on to form a powerful partnership with Tarzan Tyler, in which they would win 3 titles. First, the NWA International Tag Team titles on April 9, 1963, defeating Ted Evans and Chief Little Eagle, then again winning the NWA International Tag Team titles later in June 1963, defeating Bill Champions Chief Little Eagle and Dick Steinborn. Finally, the duo won the NWA World Tag Team Championship in Georgia. During October 1963, they defeated Carl von Brauner and Kurt von Brauner. Montana was due to be Gorilla Monsoon's tag team partner in 1964, but at the last minute Monsoon took on the African Savage as his partner instead. Montana had been interested in acting and was meeting with casting agents in Los Angeles at the same time he was due to team up with Bison. Montana began to wrestle less and less, and went into semi-retirement. However, he appeared in matches up until his acting career took off in the early 1970s. Working for the Colombo crime family, Montana became involved with the Colombo crime family in the late 1960s. Tall and very heavily built, his talents were mostly as an enforcer and an arsonist. He would tie a tampon to the tail of a mouse, dip it in kerosene, light it, and let the mouse run through a building, or he would put a lighted candle in front of a cuckoo clock so that when the clock's bird would pop out, the candle would be knocked over and start a fire. Eventually, Montana was jailed at Rikers Island. Upon being released, Montana acted as a bodyguard for many senior members of the Colombo family. Work on The Godfather. The filming of The Godfather faced strong opposition from the Italian-American Civil Rights League, with disputes headed by Joe Colombo and Frank Sinatra threatening its whole production. Producer Al Roddy eventually made a deal with the League and Joe Colombo to cut the word Mafia from the script, and the League would back the production of the film. This meant many mobsters would be present on the set of The Godfather. It was in 1971, when Montana was acting as a bodyguard for a senior Colombo family member, that he met Francis Ford Coppola and Al Roddy. After being introduced to the 6'6", 320-pound Montana, they quickly cast him for the role of Luca Brasi. When Betty McCart, Al Roddy's assistant, broke her watch, Montana offered to get her a new one. A week later, Montana returned with a gift from the boys, an antique diamond watch. He was picked for the part after the original actor playing the character died of a stroke. This would be his first film appearance. His role was that of mob enforcer Luca Brasi, a hitman used by Don Corleone, Marlon Brando. Montana was very nervous about appearing opposite Brando. Director Coppola incorporated this real-life tension into several scenes, showing Brasi repeatedly practicing, and later fumbling his congratulations to Corleone. Montana had little screen time in the film, but his notable height and physique caught the eye of producers, and he appeared in several movies and television programs after appearing in The Godfather. Film and TV career. One of the first of these roles was the Italian spoof film The Funny Face of The Godfather in 1973. Montana had the role of Sorrow, and an artist's rendition of Montana appeared on the film's poster. He established himself as an efficient character actor and appeared in Patty, 1976, Fingers, 1978 as the pizzeria owner Lucino, Matilda, 1978, They Went That Way and That Way, 1978, The Jerk, 1979, Seven, 1979, Below the Belt, 1980, Defiance, 1980, Battle Creek Brawl, 1980 alongside Jackie Chan, Evil Speak, 1981, All the Marbles, 1981, Pandemonium, 1982 and Blood Song, 1982. He also acted on television as well as the big screen, appearing in Search, 1973, Strike Force, 1975, which starred a young Richard Gere, Contract on Cherry Street, 1977, which featured Frank Sinatra, Kajak, 1978, and Magnum, PI, 1982. Montana was usually cast as muscle for hire or an intimidating mobster. Retirement. In later life, Montana retired from acting after appearing in the B-movie Blood Song, 1982, which he also co-wrote. He died May 12, 1992 of a heart attack in Lindenhurst, New York. He was 66 years old. Filmography. Championships and accomplishments. American Wrestling Association AWA World Tag Team Championship, 1 time, with Hard Boiled Haggerty. Central States Wrestling NWA Central States Heavyweight Championship, 1 time. Georgia Championship Wrestling NWA Southern Heavyweight Championship, Georgia version, 1 time. NWA International Tag Team Championship, Georgia version, 2 times, with Tarzan Tyler. NWA Southern Tag Team Championship, Georgia version, 1 time, with Gypsy Joe. NWA World Tag Team Championship, Georgia version, 1 time, with Tarzan Tyler. Southwest Sports Incorporated NWA Texas Tag Team Championship, 1 time, with Gene Kiniski. NWA World Tag Team Championship, Texas version, 1 time, with Joe Christie. References. External links. Lenny Montana on IMDb, Lenny Montana at Rotten Tomatoes, Lenny Montana at AllMovie, Lenny Montana's profile at cagematch.net, WrestlingData.com, Lenny Montana at Find a Grave.